So I've taken over Man United, and this is what I would do if I was Eric Ten Hag. There's a scary thought. So squad-wise, there's a lot of surgery needs done. That's pretty clear. Right, before I bring the transfers in, I've built this tactic, and it's basically 4-2-3-1 aggressive. United should be playing aggressively against the weaker teams. It's the ones they struggle against and they really need to take the initiative against. So setting up like this would give them that option. Now, he does like to use the counter-attack approach, especially against City in that FA Cup final. So a version of that is probably one we'll work on as well. This is early days on it, but that's what we're starting with. But the main one will be this one, and that's the ones you're going to smash through teams on FM with, and ones United should be doing in real life. So you'll notice a few gaps in the team at centre-back and defensive midfield. I also think they need an extra left-back and definitely another striker as well. Now you'll notice up in the top I've activated the in-game editor for full transparency. That's how I'm going to move these players across to United, the ones I think they should go for. First off, centre-back we'll cover. I've gone for two players. First is Robin Lee Normand. I did think about Todibo, but this guy, after watching him in the Euros, would be perfect. And heavily linked Jared Bramthwaite's got to be a no-brainer, especially with Martinez and his injury record. So we'll slot Lenormand in there, Bramthwaite on the bench, but then you've got three high-quality centre-backs. You'll notice I've left a gap at left-back as well because of Luke Shaw's injury record, so we're going to look for a left-back as well. And again, an exceptional showing at the Euros. Ferdi Kadaglu is going to be coming in at left-back for us. He can play a complete wing-back, but he's also very capable of playing inverted. Be perfect. He slots in at left back, he'll rotate with Shaw. Defensive midfield, how about Ezekiel Palacios, currently starring for Argentina in the Copa America after a great season with Bayer Leverkusen. What you'll get from him is the passing, the tackling, a proper aggressive defensive midfielder. And you can see from his metrics here, he's more than capable. His duel percentage is fantastic and loads of defensive actions, just a great all-round defensive midfielder. He slots in there, effectively giving you a more mobile Casemiro. Now, he's not the tallest, so I did consider Amadou Onana. In fact, let's bring him over as well. United have got the money. Finally, up front, and again linked heavily in real life, is Joshua Zirkzee. Different play to Højlund, more of a flair player, but also big physical presence. That way you have two options. You can play a pressing forward for aggressive games with Højlund, and if you're looking to break through a little bit more, have a bit more creativity, possibly going to a deep line forward, that's when you can bring in Zirkzee. I mean, the FM version of Zirkzee is outrageous with flair of 19, dribbling 17, passing and vision, just fantastic. So they were the ones brought in. We started shipping some out as well. But now the team looks good, and you'll notice the attacking mentality. This is for games against weaker opposition where they should be going for it. Used it for a few games at the start of this season because their fixtures were quite kind. Forest at home, for example, should be a team to go for. 5-0. Fulham away, a good team, but again, one that should be winning. Another 4-goal win. And when organised teams like Everton come to Old Trafford, they should be able to break them down. 5-0. Listen, in FM terms, it's a 4-2-3-1. It's aggressive, it's going to work. But I think they can do something similar in real life, especially with the players like that. But it's time to play Liverpool, and we're not going to play that style against Liverpool, and neither will Ten Hag, especially away from home. Against Liverpool away, I use this setup. It's kind of similar to what they did against City in the FA Cup final. Kind of. And in this game, it did okay. It was a bit of a struggle at times, but on the break, we managed to take the lead. Liverpool did equalise and have more chances, but away at Anfield, you kind of expect that. But the match momentum shows that in the first half, we were pretty good. It was just that second half swing. But I don't think that one's finished. It's very much a work in progress. But to be honest, he's not going to have to use that tactic much. He's just going to use it possibly against away teams, away from home, occasionally at home, probably against City. But most of the time, they should be looking to play something like that. Okay, I've played a few games through just using the home tactic. Highlights being a dominant 2-0 win against Newcastle. And just then, a smashing of Tottenham 6-1. And Tottenham are good on FM. That tactic is super solid for FM. For an away formation, you do have the option in FM realms just to scale it all back a bit, but keep the same shape. So we could just drop this mentality down to balanced. Calm the tempo down a bit, perhaps drop the counter press and the trigger press so they maintain their shape a little bit better. It's a good time to try something out anyway because we're about to play Man City away. And we defended really well. They got a penalty in the 95th minute, but Onana saved it. So we scratched a 0-0 out of that one. They only had 3 shots on target and one of those was a penalty, so no problem. As in real life, when you're playing a team like City away from home, you need a bit of luck, and we got it. I just scaled some of these instructions back for that one. It's probably not perfect, but there's things you can do. Perhaps drop Garnacho back as well. But after 12 games, we are sitting second. We've only lost once, and that was against West Ham, believe it or not, away from home. But they are top scorers in the league with 32, so going back to a sort of formation and style like that with the right players, United could have a good season.